with Two Coppers by Ion Creangă. Once upon a time, there lived an old woman and an old man. The old woman had a hen, and the old man had a rooster. The old woman's hen laid eggs every day, sometimes even twice a day. Clack, 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 clack. And she ate a lot of them, while the old man often went hungry. Although she had a lot of eggs, she gave none to the old man.
You old woman, eat plenty of eggs all the time. Why wouldn't you share some with me?
Why should I? If you want eggs, beat your rooster and make him lay eggs for you, and then you'll be able to eat some. That's what I did to my hen, and see how she's laying.
Tempted and greedy, the old man ran after the rooster, caught it, and beat the poor animal.
Cock-a-doodle-doo! 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 Dear, either you lay eggs or off you go from my house, so that I do not waste more food on you.
As soon as the rooster slipped out of the old man's hands, he ran away from home and tramped the roads. Absent-mindedly, while he was walking along the road, all of a sudden, he found a purse with 2 coppers in it. When he saw it, he picked it up quickly, up in his beak, and started off back to the old man's house. On his way home, he met a landlord who was driving in a carriage. The landlord looked attentively at the rooster, saw the purse in his beak, and said to his coachman,
Here, get down from your seat and see what that rooster is carrying in his beak.
The coachman quickly jumped down from his box, caught the rooster, took the purse from his beak, and gave it to the landlord. The landlord took it carelessly, put it into his pocket, and drove on the carriage. The rooster became much angered at this, did not take it meekly, but began to run after the carriage, crowing all the time.
Cock-a-doodle-doo! Cock-a-doodle-doo! Give the purse with coppers too!
The landlord, whose carriage was just passing a well, became very angry and said to the coachman,
Take this bold rooster and throw him down into that well.
The coachman again got down from the carriage, caught the rooster, and flung him down into the well. What was the rooster to do, seeing such a deadly peril? He began to gulp water and gulped until gulped it all. Then he flew out of the well and again followed the carriage, crowing.
Cock-a-doodle-doo! Cock-a-doodle-doo! Give the purse with coppers too! Oh my, what a nuisance that rooster is! I shall teach you a lesson to remember me forever!
And as soon as he arrived home, he ordered the old woman in the kitchen to take the rooster and throw him into an oven full of fire. The old woman, who was a hard-hearted one, did as her master had told her to. The rooster, on seeing such a great injustice done to him, began to belch the water he had gulped. He belched all the water of the well on the burning coals until he put out the fire and cooled the oven. Moreover, he flooded the kitchen and made the old woman angry.
You wicked beast! Get out of here!
Then he came out safe and sound, rushed to the landlord's window and began to tap with his beak on the panes, crowing.
Cock-a-doodle-doo! Cock-a-doodle-doo! Give the purse with coppers too! I say, what a bother this accursed rooster is! Hey you, coachman! Take this rooster and throw him into a herd of cattle. Maybe an angry bull will put an end to him, tossing him on his horns, and save us of such a pest.
The coachman again caught the rooster and threw him into the herd. The rooster's joy was very great. One should see him gobbling away at bulls, oxen, cows, and cows, until he swallowed the whole herd, and his belly became as big as a mountain. Then came again to the window, spread his wings against the sun so that they darkened the landlord's house altogether, and began anew.
Cock-a-doodle-doo! Cock-a-doodle-doo! Give the purse with coppers too!
was bursting with anger and did not know what to do to get rid of the rooster. He sat for some time thinking until a new idea came into his head.
I shall throw him into the treasure house. Maybe he'll swallow some coins. One of them will get stuck in his throat and choke him. We'll get rid of him.
Saying these words, the landlord grabbed the rooster by a wing and threw him into the treasure house, as he had so much money that he lost all count of it. Then the rooster greedily swallowed all the money and left all the chests empty. After that, he got out of there, went to the landlord's window and began anew.
Cock-a-doodle-doo! Cock-a-doodle-doo! Give the purse with coppers too!
Now the landlord, seeing that there would be no way out of that, threw him the purse. The rooster picked it up gladly and went about his own business, leaving the landlord in peace to do whatever he liked. When the hands of the landlord's barnyard saw the bravery of the rooster, they went after him as if it was a wedding procession. While the landlord sat sadly and deeply grieved, looking how all his fowls were going off, and said with a sigh,
Let them go, bird of bad luck and all. I am very glad that I got rid of such a nuisance.
The rooster, however, was stepping hotly, followed by all the fowls. He walked and walked until he came to the old man's house, and from the gate he began to crow.
Cock-a-doodle-doo! Cock-a-doodle-doo! Cock-a-doodle-doo!
The old man, hearing the rooster's crowing, came gladly out of the house, and when he looked at the gate, my! What should his eyes see? His rooster was something monstrous. An elephant would have seemed a flea beside him, and then a flock of fowls came behind him. Seeing that his rooster was so great and weighty, and surrounded by such large crowds of poultry, the old man opened the gate.
Master, spread a rug out here, in the middle of the yard.
The old man spread out the rug as quickly as a flash, and the rooster stepped upon the rug, flapped his wings with great violence, and soon the old man's yard and orchard were filled not only with fowls, but with herds of cattle as well. And on the rug he poured out heaps of golden coins, which shone in the sun, dazzling the eyes. Seeing all those great riches, the old man did not know what to do with joy, and began to kiss and pet his beloved rooster. Just at that moment, the old woman came, and when she saw what had happened, her malicious eyes began to glitter, and she almost burst with envy.
Old man, give me some coins too.
Forget it, old woman. When I asked you to give me some eggs, remember what you answered? Now thresh your hand to bring your riches as I threshed my rooster. I had done so, and here is what he has brought.
And the old woman went to the hen house, seized the hen, caught it by the tail, and began thrashing her, so that one would have wept with pity. Poor hen, as soon as she got free from the old woman's hands, she ran along the road, and while she was running, she found a bead and swallowed it. After that, she returned quickly to the old woman's house and began cackling right at the gate.
Clack, 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 clack.
The old woman came out joyfully to meet her. The hen jumped over the gate, rushed past the old woman, and settled down in the nest. And after about an hour sitting, she jumped out of the nest, cackling again.
Clack, 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 clack.
Then the old woman ran as quickly as she could to see what the hen had laid for her, and when she peered into the nest, what should she see? The hen had laid but a bead. When the old woman saw that the hen had made fun of her, she grabbed the wretched bird, thrashed and thrashed her to death. And that was how the old greedy and foolish woman was left as poor as a church mouse. From then on, she would have nothing to eat, as she killed the hen for no fault whatsoever. Poor thing! As for the old man, he was very rich indeed. He built a large house and bought beautiful gardens and lived very well. He had pity of the old woman and put her in charge of the hen house. As for the rooster, he took him everywhere with him, as if he were a prince but not a rooster, to be cooked in broth.